Thank you. Thank you for having me, Seneca and team. So glad to be here with all of you. A little bit of introduction. My name is Blossom Baker, and I'm a motivational speaker. I'm also a cybersecurity expert working for the federal government. But I am passionate, very passionate about motivating and moving people forward. So today I'm going to talk to you about the cost of leadership. Leadership has some very, very heavy price to pay. And as we all know, if you take a look at the financial cost to leadership, or even what your parents are doing annually just to keep you in school, whether it's just clothes or shoes. But when you take a look at how far you're going to go with your education, there's a huge financial cost that you're going to have to consider, right? However, don't let the costs scare you, because you can do it. So let me just pause there and pivot, right? Because the cost I want to talk to you about today is not a financial cost. It's a different kind of cost of leadership. And that cost was something Dr. Martin Luther King embraced. When I do my research and I read about him, he had a different kind of cost that he considered every day. And that cost, I will sum it up to say in one word: equanimity. I know it sounds like a big word, but it really isn't. It's equanimity, and I'll spell it out for you. It's EQUANIMITY. Equanimity is really easy, right? And equanimity is the ability to continue to perform under intense pressure. That is a cost of leadership. So you have to do a few things in order to get to that point, right? It's not just going to happen overnight. So be kind to yourself, right? Dr. Martin Luther King considered his costs. One of the first things he did was, as you all know, he had a belief. He believed in himself. He believed that he could. He believed that he could, despite his circumstances. And I know we're dealing with very difficult times right now, but to be honest with you, what he had to endure and the cost that he had to go through to be all of what he wanted to be was nothing compared to what we're dealing with now. Because he had not only political, but the social injustice. His life every single day was being threatened. And he continued to move forward because he believed that he had a message to move people forward. So that is equanimity, regardless of your circumstances, regardless of what's going on at home. You have to have the mental fortitude to say, you know what? If Blossom Baker can, if you knew my background and where I came from, if she can get this far, so can I. If Seneca can, if Jessica can, if Tess can, if Akia can, why not me? You can most certainly do all of these things that you want to accomplish, but you have to make up your mind that this is not going to happen with ease, right? It's not going to happen overnight either. So you have to be able to perform under intense pressure. You may not have the financial resources. You may not have the look. You may not have the parents you want at home or the right situation at home. You may be dealing with some major heartbreak situations, wherever it's stemming from, that is influencing you. There may be a whole bunch of trauma that may have occurred in your life, but you have to decide today who you want to be tomorrow. God didn't put you on this earth, right? He didn't put you on this earth to waste time. You are here for a purpose. And the sooner you believe that, the better you're going to perform. So I need you to make sure you decide today, what is it that I want to do? Who do I want to become? How far do I want to go? Once you believe that, just take a pen, write that down. It may not be very clear to you today, right? but at least write something down, because the pen is mightier than the sword, right? So you got to make sure you write that down. The second thing I need you to do is to consider your connections. Consider who you are connecting with, because your connection will determine how far you go. Now, I'm born and raised African, and they tell you it takes a village. If you want to go far, you can't go far alone. It's going to take a village. Now, your village doesn't have to be a whole crowd of people, but connect yourself intentionally to one or two very influential people who are already headed where you want to go. Already, because if you hang around, the neighborhood all day long, or you sleep late, or you're on the games all day. I'm not saying don't be on the game, give yourself some grace, do what you have to do when it's playtime, but make sure in your foundational years, I call your education years, your foundational years, decide today who you want to become and who am I going to connect with, right? That is the power to stay focused and move ahead. That is equanimity, EQUINIMITY, equanimity, right? You can do it. I'm telling you, it's the ability to perform under intense pressure. And you don't have to let the world know everything you're dealing with. You are going to succeed by what you believe and what you say. So say to yourself, as you've heard some of the other speakers already, determine what you're going to do. Decide today who you're going to become. Connections. Who are you connected to? What is the outcome of this relationship, right? Are we just hanging out and, just playing in the neighborhood, or just going to concerts or playing games? What is the benefit of this relationship? Because who you connect with is going to deposit some of what they have on you. So you got to decide. Look, God put me on this earth to do something. I'm not wasting time if you're here to waste my time. So the decisions you make today is going to affect your future. So choose today to benefit yourself. Give yourself some real bags by connecting with people who can help you. And it doesn't always have to be for your gain, right? Maybe you're the one who's adding value, but the way you do that is to stay focused. That's the third point. Believe that you can, just like Martin Luther King did. Make sure you have the right connections, the right influences in your life, because that's how you're going to get higher and higher and higher. And then stay focused. The playtime will come. The hangout time will come. The money you're looking for. This is the cost, the true cost of leadership. This is equanimity, the ability to continue to perform under pressure. So I just want to share this with you and let you know that you can do anything you put your mind to, because everything you need is inside of you. You just have to believe it, connect with the right people, and stay focused. I can't wait to see what some of you become, because I know it's in you. So thank you for this time, and make sure you share it with somebody else. But don't forget, write it down, because the pen is mightier than the sword. Thank you.
Thank you, Blossom. Man, and you done just that, Blossom. Oh, I love it. A key takeaway I got from you too. Okay, so don't ask yourself why. Why me? Ask yourself why not me. So man, that was awesome. That was huge. Thank you for that.